Hello and welcome here to live commentary of a Northern Premier League East game between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Ashington FC. I'm your commentator, Adam Allcroft. We are sponsored by Jason Rawsick, carpet fitter and supplier, and the teams are just walking out for us now. So as the teams are coming out now, we will read the teams out for you. So we'll start with Stocksbridge. Quite a few players missing. We'll explain why in a second. It's Henry Hampshire in goal. Then it's Bailey Ty Baker, Jack Tinker, Luke Hogg, Dan Grayson making his debut for the Steels today, Mitch Langton, Curtis Turner who takes the captain's armband, Alex O'Connor, Luke Rawson, Jack Watson and Ife Afebu. The bench is Jack Dolman, Lewis McCaskill, Oliver Novak who could make his senior debut today, Luca DeFalco and Andy Ring. Ashington's team, who I've been told there's a few injuries in Ashington today. So it's Carl Dryden in goal, Kyle Errington, Charlie Exley, Carl Ross, Nathan Buddle, who's their captain today, Darren Loft, Oliver Thompson, Benjamin Sampson, Dan Maguire, Craig Spooner and Wilson Neeshaw. The bench is Matthew Dobson, Max Emerson, Cameron Gascoigne, Mason Hardy and Dylan Archer. These two sides did face last year. In the FA Cup, it was 2-2 here at Brackenmore. A very great dramatic game, over 400 fans here. And then when we faced over at Woodall Lane, unfortunately the Steels delayed by traffic, didn't really get up to much and would lose 3-0. Ashington would continue on to the next round, face and go out to Kings Lane. But for Stocksbridge, even that run was great for us. It was the first time we got to that round. It's since, well, over 12 years. Neither side will have that sort of FA Cup run this year. Both have gone out. Ashington are still looking for their first win. Well, the first league win of the season. They won in the extra preliminary round. Where Stocksbridge will want to get back to winning ways after being foiled by two sides from Lincolnshire over the week. Cleethorpes last Saturday and then Grantham Town on Tuesday. The referee is doing just a few final checks. I can just see, looking in our chat, do feel free to comment. I can see the Ashington fans have already filled our chat. So if you're a Stocksbridge fan listening, do try and get some blue and yellow in there, because I try and even it up a bit. So we just see that Ashington will kick this game off. Oliver Thompson is the man standing over the ball right now. We will, of course, try and keep you up to date with all other local fixtures at the same time, as well as other goals from the Northern Premier League East. To say, Stockbridge are missing quite a few players today because Ross Goodwin, our captain, is getting married today. Quite a few players are there celebrating his marriage. We'd like to congratulate listening from there, and we will look forward to seeing you after the honeymoon, Ross. Hopefully there'll be a bit of a longer honeymoon for Stocksbridge. While Stocksbridge Park Seals are in the yellow shirt, blue shorts and blue socks in front. It's just over. We just did basically we are currently 30 seconds into the match and we've got a flat ball already, so just about 180 more of them if we continue on that trend. Bailey Baker does get a ball that is not flat now. They'll throw it down looking for Rawson, but headed away. It's going to be Errington trying to get onto it, but it's well controlled by Watson, who's batted very well for it to Hogg, who's got it to Tinker on the left-hand side. Tinker collects it now. Looks for, he's going to put a lofted ball and looks for the far post, but over the top of everyone and head away by Exley. Back for Baker, who takes first touch pass to Turner. Turner will move on to the right-hand side, being followed by three players. It's a Baker now, but he miscontrols, out of play. Ashington will get the ball back here. Yes, I can see someone saying it's big glitchy. Yeah, we're having just a few little connection issues at the start, I'm afraid. So, which unfortunately probably because we've got a few more listeners at the moment. But Ashington getting it forward here. Lay it off to Maguire. Looking to get on the right side. It's a good ball to Thompson, who's going to have some space down the right wing. Thompson holds it up, controls, trying to cut on the inside through Tinker, and then passes it back now to Sampson, who scored against Stocksbridge last season. Now back here to Ross, then to Sampson. Onto the right-hand side, but that's been cut out by Watson. He'll see if he can get a counter, but he's been followed, and he's going to slow it down. And he's just giving it right back to Ashington with a poor pass. Now into the midfield for Ashington as they look to build back into the defence. Looking for the left-hand side here as he moves over. Currently 0-0 here between Stocksbridge actually back to Locke here, and he's going to be pushed by Rawson, and he's going to go all the way back to Dryden, who takes a touch here and will carry it out before booting it long, looking for the right wing, and he's kept it in well, gets it through to Thompson. Thompson will get tackled by Watson here, though, and then Watson gets tackled, but free kick given. I think Ericsson got the ball. I think that's a bit of an unfair decision on Ashington at the moment, but it is going to be a free kick to the Seals. Do apologise for some of these connection issues we are getting early on into this game. Not sure why that is, but we will look to improve that as the game goes on. He can well skim through, looking for Rawson, who's controlling the edge box, looking to turn, but we rolled the ball, and almost in was O'Connor, but Ashington are able to knock it away. Turner's kept it in, and, well, he hasn't kept it in. It's gone out of play here. So, it's down here on the right-hand side here, throwing for Errington to take. So the ball is not long, going to Baker, who's going to cover it. It's a bit of a poor back pass. Hampshire's going to have to quick out of it. Hampshire making his second debut for the Steels today. He gets it out to Tinku, touches it back to Grayson, who sends it long here. Going to be headed back, though, by Luff, and then into midfield, and spread to Baker on the right side, who touches heavy, and Ashington win the ball back here. Clip long, and Langton will have it covered. Takes it into his feet, and then back here to Hampshire, who slices the ball forward. Exley is going to head that back into a problem. Basically, Grierson's going up a bit slow to the ball. Almost had it nicked off him by Neeshaw, but he had enough about it to get it back to Hampshire here. So it's back now for Hampshire. Rolls it out in front of him. Will send it long, looking for Rawson, but headed away by Buddle, quite high up. Headed away second time by Ashington, but they fought between themselves for it. Now means Hogg can get onto it. Hogg sent one for a Faber to try and run onto. A Faber fighting, but he just can't get any touch onto it. Well covered by Loff, and it's going to be out for a goal kick. Hopefully that should be our connection issues hopefully sorted. We are on, just like you know, we are on mobile internet. We don't have Wi-Fi at Brackenmore. Occasionally we do have times when it can be a bit off it. As it's a bit of a short pass. It almost gets cut out by Dryden there. They do back in the central defence, but Steels are pressing, and the press is forced to bypass that. Langton's got onto and is going to now give it back here to Hampshire. There's actually two balls on the pitch there. The referee hadn't spotted it. As Rawson's now trying to head on this long ball. Watts trying to peel onto it, gets somewhat touch, peel for a handball, not given. As Turner wins it in midfield, but then it's lost to Exley, who's tried to switch play, but it's far too overhit, and it's going to just load out for a back now here for Tinker to take the throw it. Taking his time over it now as he throws it here to O'Connor, then back to Grayson, takes a few touches, spreads it out to Baker, who has a good touch, and he's going to now get through to a Fabu. Fabu forced backwards, back to Baker now. Laid off pass off to Hogg. Noise being ramped up in the crowd here as it goes back to Langton. He's going to look to get it cross field, looking for Tinker, but well cut out by Errington, who looks to try and launch it up through Thompson here, and Thompson down the right wing holds it up. Puts on the inside now, looking for a way through. Thompson finds no joy through that way, gets it to Errington now, who's been forced backwards himself, and to Ross. Steels have their defenders back now, as it's just here with Spooner, who's gets it to Errington on the right-hand side. Onto the right wing, here comes a low teasing ball. Grayson blocks it, and it's out for a throw-in about 5 or 6 yards away from the corner flag. Ashington currently on the attack here. We are 6 minutes into this game, 0-0 between Stocksbridge and Ashington. And as it's Ashington have got it back into midfield, they've got out of the cramped space well there, but it's in their own defence now. They pass it through into midfield, through to Ross now, who takes the touch, and he's been intercepted by Watson, but Watson's interception was heavy. It's now back with Buddle. who will look to get it cross field, looking for Errington, who keeps it in with his chest, finds the overlap well of Thompson. Thompson looking for a ball in, he's cut back well. Thompson's in the box, taking the shot, looking for it, and it's Charlie Exley, 1-0 Ashington. Ashington have had a positive start here, and they've got to go. And Charlie Exley has just headed in at the far post. It's all come from the hard work of Oliver Thompson, who's done some great work cutting inside and then putting a teasing ball in that Exley is able to peel off at the far post. It's 1-0 Ashton. Steels have a mountain to climb already in this game. Not the way the Steels want to start a game where they've lost 2 in a row now. Steels kick the game off now with Hogg looking to get it to Rawson, who switched onto the right wing there, but it's just going to go back for Exley to watch out play for a throw-in. Steels yet to really have any attack in anger now. So Exley are taking his time, throwing 1-0 to Ashington here on the 8-minute mark. Exley going to throw it down the line, turn it instead to Rawson, who looks to turn. He tackled away from him, then cleared out now to Maguire. Maguire looks to turn and get across, and he does do, and it's a good touch from Thompson, but he's been tackled by Watson. Then back to Tinker here. Tinker takes touch, and he's going to look to beat his man. He does, and it's some good turn of space from Tinker. Laid off now to Watson, who were looking to find Tinker again with it, but it didn't work out. And now Ashington will look for the attack, but the overhit pass forward is just going to go back to Hampshire here. Hampshire, making his second debut, could not really do anything. It was all about the ball there from Oliver Thompson. As Langton here sends on long looking for Rawson, headed away by Loff and then kept in by Exley, who sends it long, but it feels like it's gone out. It won't be as judged as such. Langton heads it forward, headed away by Buddle, and then Hogson to head it back into midfield before it's knocked on by Spooner. It's one here for Neeshaw to chase. Neeshaw's gone 1-on-1. Neeshaw going 1-on-1. Well saved by Hampshire. And then Tinker will clear. It's a fantastic save from Henry Hampshire there. Yeah. Wilson Neeshaw is through on goal. I was just wondering if he is offside for a second because he's timed it absolutely perfectly. There, he's gone through absolutely clear. 1-on-1, the exact position any striker wants to be in, but Henry Hampshire has spread his legs and made a fantastic save. He's coming for Ben Townsend, with Townsend being Ross Goodwin's best man at the wedding today. And Hampshire has made a fantastic save as he's looking to put his claim into why he should be number 1. It's Ashington on the right wing now. Back to Errington, who takes a touch. Now across into midfield, it's with Ross here. Ross takes touch because he gets it across now to the goal scorer, Exley, now into midfield and to Exley again as he's being forced backwards and then into Spooner, and he's going to get through, and Steelson's getting a bit frustrated. Get it through into midfield. Thompson will try and get it through. Thompson will try and get the pass through here, but Grayson will take a touch, and then Grayson will clear it away. Back with Buddle now, who's going to take forward in the right back. Little nibble from Rawson before he gets knocked off Watson and out for a throw-in. Now in midfield, but it's been intercepted by Stocksbridge. Watson gets it to Turner. Turner gets through, and Watson will look to control it. And Watson there with a nice idea of a pass, but Faber has just claimed it from the thing. And it's no. And it's back, though, immediately with Ashington. Now back for Errington on the right-hand side, and back to Buddle here in central defence. Takes a touch, and now back with Dryden. Ashington happy to pass it amongst the defence at the moment. They've just quickened it up a bit as it goes to Loff. Steele's trying to start the press, and the press is just intercepted with Turner. Lays it off to Baker. Gets it to Hogg. Hogg takes the touch, trying to flip it, looking for a Fabu here, but it's over here now for a throw-in. Steels are finding a bit of success with the press in this game. But it's going to be a throw-in now for Exley to say. Just needs this passing to be better. Quite a few goals to tell you about. Elsewhere, Northern Premier League East, Liam Adamson has put Newton Aycliffe ahead and Grimsby Borough. Hebburn are 1-0 up on Winterton, that's through Liam Murray. And Brighouse are 2-0 up on Grantham Town, that's Mohammed Kasim and Myron Gibbons, who scored 2 and 2 there. Ball goes in, going to be Intercepted here by Turner. Battle for it, but eventually goes out for another Ashington throw-in. Out of play and then clipped long by Ashton, but only back for Langton, who heads it forward. O'Connor will fight for it, heads it back here to Hogg, and Hogg's going to go down, and it's a free kick to the Steels. Taken quickly by Turner, then to Tinker, who trying to get it to Watson, but intercepted. Tinker will get back onto the interception. He tries to get it wrong for Watson and goes out. The quick free kick not really working out for Stocksbridge there. I am surprised that because Stocksbridge have shown a lot of quality through their set pieces throughout this early part of this season. And I was surprised that even with Thomas Poole not here, the set piece specialist, I thought they would try and take that opportunity to put a ball in. Errington with the throw in now. Long throwing down here. Tinker heads away. Hogg collects. Touches it to O'Connor. Knocks it on to Watson. Would like to go past him, but only there goes back to Loff. And he gets forward. Well hauled down by Maguire. Tackled by Tinker though and goes to Turner. Then Turner will take a touch forward. Then go to Hogg, who tries to get right. And there's appeals for free kick, but nothing given. It was a 50-50 challenge from both Hogg and Ross. The two fours clashing, but instead it's going to be a throw in for Exley Tate. Fair decision from the referee. All the way back to Dryden now. Rawson will go to press, and Dryden gets his clearance blocked by Rawson, and now it's Watson on the left wing. Watson will lay it off to Turner. Turner takes the touch, and it's not a good one, and intercepted. Stocksbridge's press really working well, but they've not been able to make the most of it yet. Tinker goes in a bit heavy there on Thompson, and it's a free kick in Ashington's half for the Colliers. I think you can just sense if Stocksbridge are going to get success in this game, it's going to be from pressing this defence, which is happy to pass back from on the back. Hebburn are 2-0 up on Winterton. Amir Pawala scored from the spot. Back with Dryden here, and then across here to Loff. Loff taking the touch, and then back with Dryden. Rawson will hover, and he's almost got him there again. And you're going to think Ashton is going to have to switch their style of play up because they are living dangerously at the back at the moment. Exley going forward, trying to lay through Nishaw, and Nishaw's got the beat in the pace. Nishaw tries to curl the finish, but it's always going wide there. Nishaw's got the movement, and he's beat the defence a couple of times already, but he doesn't have the finish just yet. It's just wide, that one. Tried to curl it round Hampshire, but beat the post as well. Grizzly Borough have equalised against Newton Aycliffe. Jack Barlow has scored the latest. Back now for Hampshire to take this. Sending it long here. Look for Rawson, but headed away by Buddle out for a throw in here. Baker will look to take it. Throws it into Hogg, touches it forward to Turner, but goes through everyone to a Fabu there. Knocks it off Exley and gets the throw in a bit further up the field now. In the drum you can hear in the background there. He throws down to O'Connor, tries to touch it unlucky for Turner, but intercepted. As it gets played out, but only to Langton, who gets to Tinker on the left. Now Tinker will look to take it forward, trying to get it through here to Turner, but Turner's being forced backwards now. And he gets it back now here to Grayson, who takes it forward to Watson, then back to Turner, and he's looking for Watson. It's a good pass there. Watson putting a teasing ball in, cleared away by Loff. And it's still battling for it. Watson's going to collect it. Looks to get down to the byline. And the sliding challenge goes in, and it's a penalty kick to the Steels. Sliding challenge here for, I believe that was Nathan Buddle, the captain on Watson. I'll be honest, I think I'd be angry about that if I was a Steels fan, because I think he may have got the ball first there. But I am noticing Ashington aren't complaining. So, but Luke Raw's going to step up and take this penalty. He took every penalty in pre-season. Stocksbridge's leading scorer at the moment, and it's a chance for the Steels to level. Facing Carl Dryden here. Been quickly taken as well. But there's some problems with Nathan Buddle that's encroaching there. He's just getting a telling off from our referee, Jacob Graham. And now Rawson stares off. It's his first penalty of the season. Here it comes, takes it, sends Dryden the wrong way, and the Steels are level. Simple as you like penalty. Rawson gains it in the left corner. Dryden guesses it is 1-1 here. And the Steels are back in this one. It's his 5th of the season. It makes him the joint top scorer in the league at the things count. And It's a chance for the Steels to come back into this one now. 1-1 here at Brackenmore. Luke Rawson with the first penalty of the season for the Steels. In midfield now as O'Connor pass it back to Grayson, and Grayson will pass it back to Hampshire. Takes it out. He's just looking to get it over to his right hand side before sending it down the field. Right footed, cleared away by Buddle, and then it's just going to go out for a big free. A very big pass on Ashington. Tinker trying to touch it forward, and it's going to be a Fabu fighting for it. And it's controlled it well, knocked it off excellently, and it's a throw in here for the Steels. So back here for Baker to throw it in here to Turner, trying to get down the right hand side. I think it may have just come off Ross again to tackle last. It's going to be a corner kick for the Steels here. So Turner here will whip this ball in, goes low here. Langton gets a touch onto it, but it's blocked. And now it's going to be cleared out. O'Connor misses a sliding challenge. That could have been a red if it had connected. And Ashington are on the counter attack. It's Thompson, the man who set up the goal, and going down left wing. He's putting on the inside. He's taking the shot. Well saved by Hampshire. It was going to the top corner there, but Hampshire has made a great save to pluck that out to the top corner. Henry Hampshire, what a save from him there. The young lad, as they signed in on a permanent deal this summer, did spend up time on loan with the Steels last season and came in after Harrison Dowson left on the day of the match. And came in, played well in those before Ben Townsend became the usual number one. Now it's a corner kick. Ashington's first. Ashington's tactic here from the set piece is everyone is on the line. They're going to take it short now. Then back to the right side. Trying to cut it in and pass it in, and it's blocked out by their own player there. Here comes another shot, and it's closer than I thought it was initially going to be there. Yeah. But it is over. All right, so it's 1-1 here at Brackenmore. So another goal to tell you about top goal scorer with Kevin Bastos of Belpertown, and now Dale Pearson has joined him on top of that list. He scored on the spot from Dunstan against Belper. Danny South has been sent off in that game as well. Maguire's tried to find Nishaw there, but there's actually a free kick there for a foul on Maguire, and Ashington will have a chance to put the ball in. So it's a good set piece opportunity for Ashington here. It's Spooner who's going to take this free kick. Chesterfield a 1-0 penalty, and Grimes has scored that one. Going to clip the ball in, looking for the far end, and Hampshire with a very confident punch out. Gets it to Watson, who's looking to control it, puts inside, looking for a Fabu, who's going to look see if he can get the beating of Loft there, but Loft has got it there, and it's gone back now here to Dryden. Dryden will clear it out with a Fabu pressuring, gets it to the right-hand side well. Looking to get it down the field here. Going to be blocked off here by O'Connor, though, and Thompson's going to be forced backwards here. Then intercepted by Tinker, and Tinker going to send it long. Loff is going to send that long ball back to Dryden, who will he's going to take it to his feet here, and then before passing it out back to Loff. Carrying it out here. Interesting seeing some of the Ashington fans about needing a win. Obviously, look, this is only your third league game. It's not great if you lose it, but trust me, having seen Stocksbridge have some really bad starts and then pick up to mid-table, you can get, when you hit form in this league, it's just the momentum just rolls. But Ashington, having been promoted from the Northern League, as much as they did very well in the Northern League and did well against sides higher up in them in the FA Cup, it's an entirely different challenge facing these Northern Premier League sides every week, getting used to that travel all the way up. Ashington are the most northern-based side in the NPL. This is a 3-hour trip here to Stocksbridge today. God bless you when you're down to Grantham and Carlton, but your leg's going to be stiff coming off those coach rides all the way down there. It's an hour and a half from here to Grantham. So I think some of the teams from the Northern League have done really well coming up, and that has set quite a high expectation. But that's just because of the way the Northern League was so congested due to the lack of teams just not wanting to get promoted over the years, and now things are getting different now that more and more going up and getting much more natural system. Exley has a throw in here inside Steele's half. He's going to get it back, immediately press. He's forced to pass it back to Luff. Luff will just take it, control it before passing it back to Dryden. Dryden will control it before he gets it to Buddle here. Rawson will just make his life a bit more difficult before he sends it long. Looking for Thompson, and he's beat the offside trap, but it's a bit too long, and Hampshire will collect it. 22 minutes gone in this game, and it is 1-1 between the Steels and Ashington. Hampshire taking his time with this one. Will send it long, looking for Rawson, but headed away by Exley. Hogg will head it forward, looking for Rawson, who heads it down, trying to get past the man. He does, and then he lays it off for O'Connor. Gets it now to Tinker on the left-hand side. He's going to charge forward, Jack Tinker. He's looking to try and see if he can get the ball past it. He's looking for the low cross ball. It's actually a high one, and it's over the top of everyone, and collected by Spoon on the left-hand side, who is able to boot that ball away. Langton will cover it, takes the touch, and then sends it back down the line. And Watson's going to look to challenge that, but Spoon intercepts, and it's gone out for thrown to the Steel. Stocksbridge will get another go at an attack here. Mitch Langton being the man who scored the equaliser that sent the match to a replay last time out, as Ashington just not very well clear it. Get it to O'Connor. Now to Tinker on the left-hand side, who is going to feel confident here. Tries to put an early cross in, blocked. Now gets it back again, back to O'Connor. He's going to just lay the short pass off to Hogg here. Hogg going to look to get the play to Baker, who cuts inside to collect it. Going to look for the pass, looking for Turner, who slips, trying to get through to Rawson. Rawson was offside anyway. He's just looking for a ding on the end of it anyway, but it would not have counted. Some good play from Stocksbridge there. Now, it's back here with Dryden for the goal kick. Lays off the Buddle, then back to Dryden, and the Stocksbridge press is kicking in again. And the clearance has gone right back to a Fabu here, who's going to try and charge into the box. He's on the right-hand side. He's going to take the shot. Being blocked well by Law. And then cleared out by Ashington, but it's a poor one. O'Connor might be the first one to get to it. He's slide and challenge, gets it just about away, but it's the look of it's just allowed it to go to Thompson, who's been forced backwards here. And he's going to pass it back to Dryden now. Watson will look to press him slightly, but Dryden clears it away without much trouble. Langton heads it back out into field. Watson's going to look to cause problems, but I think it would have been offside had he got to that. Back in midfield for Ashington, as he's trying to reach one man. Gets it to Thompson now on this right-hand side. He's going down the right wing, lays it off before it goes back to Sampson. He's going to put it back now to Errington, then back to Sampson. Steele's pressing, trying to force a mistake, and they do there. That passes on to Tinker. Tinker goes in midfield to Watson, but that was a mistake as well. Watson's fought well to get it back to Hogg, who will switch play, looking for Baker. Baker's going to cut forward. Baker's got a few options in front of him. He's going to go sideways to Turner, then back to Baker, then back through to Hogg. Hogg trying to get through to a Fabu here, takes a good control touch. He's trying to cut in the inside, and then he's lost it there. But then it's the passing, not great fashion. They do able to get it back to Exley on the left-hand side. Evenly contested game at the moment between Stocksbridge and Ashington, as it's now back with Loft in defence. Hebburn are 3-0 up on Winston. Liam Murray has scored there. As it's just back here with Loff, whose control's not the greatest, but he is able to get it through. And I think Baker slips as he's trying to get to it. He gets it to Neeshaw, though. Down to Spooner, who goes, it cuts inside. Back with Ross, who'll lay the short pass off into midfield and try to get it through here to grab it. Tinker goes forward to Rawson. Back to Turner, who fights below, loses that fight, but it goes to Hogg now. Then back to Baker, who's going to clip it long, but no one's there for that one. And it's going to just bounce out. Tinker, for some reason, was in centre forward. No idea why he was there. He's had two attempts blocked off the line in the last 3 games as he looks for his first Steel's goal. Laid out to Buddle now. Carries it forward. Going to be clipped long. Looking here for Thompson, who I thought for sure was offside, and he has put the offside flag up as soon as Thompson touches it. But I think everyone in the building is going, if you knew that was offside beforehand, why did you not pull the flag up when they were running for it? Because the problem is, we don't really got VAR, so that's the point of letting it run like they're doing the Premier League shouldn't happen. And when you're both legging it for the ball like that, you can see muscle pulls. It does, especially when you've got two games in 3 days for both these teams. Ball going long here, headed away by Buddle, but Hogg intercepts in the air. Turner wins the second ball, but he only heads it back to Errington, who clips it long. Grayson will have this one covered, heads it out here to Tinku, takes the touch, and then will clip it long to looking for Watson. Watson gets away from his mark well, and Watson's going to bear it and goal. Looking to slip through a Fabu. Can Fabu get the first touch? He's round the keeper, just needs a finish, but it's gone across the goal, and it's wide, but then it goes out of play, and it's almost there for Fabu, who does great work to get across the goalkeeper. He goes onto a very narrow angle. It's still tough, especially with an Ashington player back to cover, and then it's just not got, he's not been able to get the direction on it. It trails wide, and none of the Steelers players trying to knock it at the end. Great play from Jack Watson, who almost intercepts Dryden there in the box, but unfortunately, Steels cannot make the most of it there. Through here to Maguire, slips it through, and then it's in the attack, and they're going to look to try and get through Spooner, but it's a poor pass and out here for the goal kick. Back for Hampshire now. Just taking his time with it, the former Sheffield United goalkeeper. Sending it long now, looking for Rawson. He heads it on. Watson looks to peel off, and it actually managed to get the touch away from him. If not, Watson would have been in. They're looking to go through over the top here, but Grayson's covered it well, and then Grayson boots it out of the ground, and it's going to hit someone's car back there. Just waiting for the another ball here, because it's going to take a while for one of our volunteers to go fetch that one. But looks like Wayne is on ball fetching duty. I can see him making his way to the exit. As we just basically has now got the ball back for the throw-in now. Throws it into the middle, then he falls backwards all the way back to Loft. Then to Buddle, the captain, who's going to take a touch forward. Looking for the long pass, looking for Exley, who's pushed up high. He collects it well, good touch from him. Trying to cut it in on the inside. Back now to Sampson. And not being closed down, some urge to shoot from the Ashington faithful that come all the way down to Sheffield, but he said he's going to give it back now to Buddle. 30 minutes gone in this game now. It's 1-1. And it's going to be a pass down the left wing, but it's over here. Way too much for Nishaw to do there. And it's going to be a throw-in for the Steels. So we just wait for this ball to come back here. And Baker to take it. From Baker, headed back out by Exley, and it's going to be a right play for another throw-in for the Steels, but about 5 yards further up. Baker will take the so game just slowed down as we are 15 minutes away from the end of the first half. And this time, Rawson's headed that throw-in out, and it's going to be a throw-in to Ashington away. Luke Rawson not happy with that decision. Well, it was one of those 50-50 ones where you're not going to complain of the referee either way. Exley here with a throws it into the middle. Fabu trying to fight for it as Ross gets it all the way back now, but going past Love, going to have to Dryden has to come out and collect. Dryden takes the touch, and Dryden gets it away with Rawson very close to him. Tinker heads away that ball. Watson fighting for it. Headed back now to Buddle, who clears it up. Then Grayson heads it into midfield, and it's going to be on to Nishaw here on the left-hand side, who's looking to run at his fence, but Grayson, with a great challenger, goes out now for a throw on the right-hand side to Ashington. Goes through in the middle for Ashington. Thompson being forced all the way back here as he goes now all the way back to Buddle. Then across to Lough. Gonna take it a few steps forward. And after a few little touches, he gives it to Ross. Ross is also being forced backwards, sometimes almost as deep as the other centre-backs as he gives it back now to Buddle and then all the way back to Dryden. Steels aren't kicking in the press yet, but I think they're ready to. And he's kicking down just now, but maybe a bit late. Dryden able to get it where he is. Exley keeps it in with his header, but Langton clears up for Fabu, looking to turn it. And Fabu is just got a fight with 2 men, and Fabu's got past his men well, and Fabu has space down the right-hand side. They're looking to lay through Rawson. Rawson tried to get it, but it's been well slide tackled by Ross. It's a corner kick to the Steels now on this right-hand side. That comes from a Fabu battling off 2 men, turning it really well and putting some space. The pass perhaps could have been better there from him, but it is a corner kick to the Steels and an opportunity. Turn and take his time to head over there. Obviously, no Thomas Poole means these corners aren't as effective as they were before he was, but Turner's still a good set piece deliverer on his own accord, and he will be looking for the likes of Dan Grayson in there. Ball. Everyone line to try to get his header, but it's headed away. Watson will go to collect on the left-hand side. He's got some support out there. Here comes O'Connor ball in, but being blocked. Second ball going in. Looks for Fabu, tries to get a header on, so he does get somewhat, but he's underneath it, and it goes wide of the goal. Fabu does his best, but can't really get a proper hold of that. Back for Dryden now to take this. Back with Dryden, and they're happy to pass it back in the defence again. And a few scares so far, Ashington through this, but this time they send it long without much trouble. Grayson takes a touch as he collects that ball forward, tries to knock through looking for Watson, but well intercepted by Errington. Then looking for Neeshaw, but it's over here and outplayed for a Stocksbridge growing. 34 minutes gone. 1-1 here between Stocksbridge and Ashington. Back here for Grayson. He's going to look here for Baker, but intercepted here by Exley, who heads it out to play. It's a throw-in for Stocksbridge. Richard, before giving the ball back, he's going to shout some instructions to his players. He's actually going to allow Baker to come back and collect that one. Baker throws it out to Turner. Takes it back to Baker, who's going to push forward. He gets it across now to Tinker. Tinker's going to push forward with it. Lays it off now to Watson on the left wing. Faces up with Errington. Look, it's going. Here comes a shot. Well saved. And Baker almost gets the touch in front of there. Back now for Turner on the right-hand side. Got some space. Turner putting a ball in, but it's a poor ball from Turner. And it's out for a goal kick. Baker just inches away from connecting with the rebound after Jack Watson cut inside really well for the shot. Steele's doing well. Just Steele's edging this game at the moment. As ball goes long. Langton's going to head it back in, though, and it's headed away again. Turner looking to fight for it, but it's been well collected by Maguire, who looks to get it for Thompson, but it's a poor pass, and Tinker will get it. Tinker trying to get it Watson, but he's been intercepted as well. And then Ashington tried to pass it through, and they've just passed it out of play. Stocksbridge get the throw back now. Tinker throwing that to Watson, who takes the touch back to Tinker, who has his pass forward blocked, and Thompson gets it, the danger man so far for Ashington. Lays it off to Maguire. Maguire looking to get the pass through here, and Hampshire's looking to be the first. He gets a touch onto that. Still out, although he's still with here, Ashington on the left wing. And then he gets it now to Ross. But gets it now to Sampson, who's looking for a shot, but well tackled by Hogg. Hogg's going to look for Watson, but he's been intercepted by Errington. Errington takes a touch. Errington, I think, was looking to see if he could put a ball in. He won't, though. He passes it sideways to Sampson, then lays it off to Ross. Rawson almost in with the tackle there. Instead, he is able to spread it out here to Lough. Lough going to clip a lofted ball looking for the far end, but it's not a good one, and Tinker heads it away, but it's only going to go back here. Neeshaw's got it on the edge area, look to turn, look for the shot, gets it to Spooner, back for Maguire, takes shot, blocked, and then it comes off the referee as it's deflected out. I'm not sure which way he's actually going to give that one, because it was a second ball which both teams are going to fight for. And the Ashton manager, not particularly happy there. And it looks like one of the Ashton players, I can't see his number here, is down at the moment and is going to need some treatment from the physio. As the Ashton manager just saying that possession, it was one of those where it was 50-50 because the ball had rebounded out and you could see both the Stocksbridge and Ashton player were fighting for it. So, just a bit of a brief play. Yeah, so been a very good game, I think, so far. Been very entertaining. Both even teams, both fighting very hard for this, and some good goal. Obviously, we had a penalty for Stocksbridge. I mean, Ashton didn't complain about it, so we're going to go with the referee was correct on that one, and it was a really good play from Oliver Thompson. It was the great, fantastic play and cross from him, just begging to be knocked in at the far post. Just seeing the player is going up. It's Maguire going up, and he is going to come off with Mason Hardy replacing him. So Mason Hardy will be coming on to earlier than he would have expected to come on in this game. Dan Maguire having his name chanted by the fans as he heads off with this must be a muscle pull. I didn't see any contact as Tinker just not long for Watson to chase, but that's too long and it's going to go back for Dryden to collect in his arms. Going to take his time with it now. 38 minutes gone in this game. It's 1-1 between the Steels and Ashington. Charlie Exley taking the lead to Ashington before Luke Rawson from the spot. Equalising ball being not long by Ashton. Grayson's going to cover that. He actually just bounces up a bit awkwardly there. Grayson, I think, had a little bit of panic as it did that. He just held up. But Hampshire able to collect it well anyway. Hampshire having done well in his second debut, made a fantastic save from Thompson. He's down in front of him for sending it long, looking for a Fabu. And he's going to go out of play for a throw-in though. Exley will take this one. Exley throws it out here to Ross. He's been forced backwards, back to Exley, who sends it long. Hardy takes his first touch. He takes it to the left before Baker comes in with a tackle. Gets it to Turner, then back to Hogg, who takes a good move away and then looks to slip through to Rawson. Rawson carrying it forward. Rawson's thinking of the shot, and he takes the shot, but it's wider than 2 goals. I mean, I suppose with the confidence he'll have, 5 goals in these opening 5 games of the season. Just trying to work that out, how many we've actually played now. Joint top scorer in the league, and one of my favourite stats I was told on Twitter today, he is the top goal-scoring Luke in non-league football at the moment. Don't know why anyone is compiling this, but someone is, God bless them. And that's what he is at the moment. He's also the joint top scorer in the Northern Premier League East with the 5 goals. Ashton have a throw-in on the halfway line on the left-hand side. It bounced a bit before him, and that did allow O'Connor to get in, and O'Connor is just struggling because he got clipped as he went through, and the free kick's been given for that. So back now here for Hampshire to take this free kick on his online arm side. Sent long, looking for Rawson on the right side, but headed away to Spooner, then spread out here to Ross, who gives it back to Buddle. Rawson will challenge, and he gives it back to Dryden. And then across the lap, and Ashton fans are getting a bit frustrated at the passing amongst the defence because it has caused them problems already. Those Steels aren't really pressing at the moment. Back now to Loft. Steels aren't pressing here, and it's now clipped long, looking for Neeshaw. A little shove in the back from Baker, but not penalised. Langton will then clear it away, and it's going to go out of play for an Ashington throw. Going to be out for Exley to take this throw. Throws it here to Neeshaw. Turner comes in there, tackled as well to keep it in. Turner flips it through to Rawson, who tries to lay it off for a favour, gets a bit of left foot onto it, but not a great one. Allows Sampson to come in and clear it away. And Grayson is going to pass it back to Hampshire, but he's going to be pressed by Mason Hardy. Hampshire's going to be good on this, and he is. He sends it long. Rawson's going to look to challenge this as it floats down, and it's headed away from him, though, and goes to Sampson on this right-hand side. Clips it long, look for Thompson, who touches it on, but Grayson going to have that covered, and back here to Hampshire. Hampshire's going to take the touch here, and going to send it long here. Headed away, though, by Loft. And it goes to Tinker on the left-hand side, who doesn't have a great first touch. No one challenged him. He's going to send it long with his second. Gets it through to Turner, but it's going to be... His first touch is going to come off a defender and go back to Dryden. 42 minutes gone in this game. It's 1-1. We are closing in on half-time here. As Dryden just throws it out here to the right-hand side. And then they pass it back to Buddle. He takes it forward. He's going to send a long ball. Look for the run of Nishaw. It's a good ball, but it's just a bit too far. Nishaw, you can see that is a plan. Nishaw's got pace on Langton. And they are going to try and tease this ball every so often. Langton here now will send it long, looking for Tinker, who touches it onto Hogg, who tries to touch it onto Turner. Slice ball into the air from Buddle, but headed on, but only to Hogg. Appeals for a handball on Hogg, not given as it goes to Watson, who looking for the overlap from Turner. Turner will look to get it down the line. He's trying to keep it in. I don't think he has done, and the linesman will agree, throwing to Ashington here. Throwing on the right side. Errington will take it, just waiting for the ball to head over that way. Errington just taking his time with it before throwing it down there. Head away by Tinker, but it's out for another Ashington throw-in. So Errington will take a bit further up the line now. Big long throw down. Hogg can only head it backwards, and back to Langton, who's going to head it forwards. And Watson will fight for it, but it's nothing going, and Errington will just collect it easily, sends one to Chase, but Grayson just boots that one out of play. Just from the sounds of it, that's going to be 5 minutes added on. So, 2. I heard 5 there, so 2 minutes added on for half time. No idea why I heard 5 there. As it's currently Ashington on the attack. Nishaw knocks it out, but it's been cleared away, and Watson's going to see if he can get a counter attack going here. But he is being quite held back quite well, and eventually he's been knocked out of play for a Stocksbridge throw, and good defender from Ashington stops any potential of a counter. Tinker turns out as the ball's thrown to him, can't catch either. Before sending one long, looking for Exley, and Exley heads it on well. Grayson will have this covered though before Hampshire rushes out and collects it. Good defending from Steels there though. Good header from Exley to make that. Here coming down left hand side, lays it off here for O'Connor. And back here to Watson, who's being challenged here. And then he's going to be tagged. It's going to be half time here. So I believe we have got some connection here, but the Steels currently 1-1. It was Ashington who took the lead. Charlie Exley heading in at the far post while an equaliser from the spot from Luke Rawson. It's 1-1 here. Brackenmore, we'll see you in 15 minutes. Hello and welcome to the second half of this Northern Premier League East match between Stocksbridge Park Steels and Ashington FC. We're sponsored by Jason Rawson, Carpet Fitter and Supplier, and we are looking forward to the second half here. Well, it's been a very entertaining game between the Steels and Ashington. It's 1-1. Ashington took the lead. Charlie Exley scoring at the far post on the 8th minute. Then, after a foul on Jack Watson, the Steels were able to equalise from the spot through Luke Rawson. The teams are ready. Curtis Turner on the spot. Just wait for Alex O'Connor to get into position here. And we will looking forward to this game. So Turner here standing over the ball. 45 minutes left to go of what will be an evenly contested game. And Turner has kicked us off here. So it's Stocksbridge Park Steels in the yellow shirts, blue shorts and blue socks, kicking from right to left, while Ashington are in the green shirts, white shorts and green socks, kicking from left to right. What just missed control from Watson there, and it's going to outplay for an Ashington throw-in. The teams are as follows. So Stockbridge have Henry Hampshire in goal. Then it's Bailey Baker, Jack Tinker, Luke Hogg, Dan Grierson, Mitch Langton, Curtis Turner, Alex O'Connor, Luke Rawson, benches Jack Dolman, Lewis McCaskill, Oliver Novak, Luca DeFalco, and Andy Ring. The Ashington team today, it's Carl Dryden in goal, then Kyle Errington, Charlie Exley, Carl Ross, Nathan Buddle, Darren Loft, Oliver Thompson, Benjamin Sampson ball just got in from Ashton, but it's cleared out, but only to Sampson. Let's just wait, see what he can do with this. He's just going to go down the right-hand side here, and he might fail to get the ball in. He has put a good ball. He went out of play first. So we'll continue with the team. So it's Oliver Thompson, Benjamin Sampson, Dan Maguire's gone off, Mason Hardy's replaced him. That was in the first half. Craig Spooner and Wilson Neeshaw. Dan Maguire seems to have had a muscle pull of some sort. So it's back now here for Hampshire. He's going to take it long, looking here for Rawson, but head away from him. Back here to Hogg, who knocks it long, but it's just going to go out of play for a throw-in here for Ashington in their own half. Linesman eventually decides to throw into Ashington. Don't see why it took him that amount of time. And it's just, we are having a few, well, referee doesn't seem particularly happy. He's whistling a few times. Come on, referee, use your words. I think you're just happy because there's a ball very close to the pitch there, but it's still there, and the game's going to continue. So throws it out here to Spooner, then back here for Exley, then back to Spooner. Rawson, no tackles and fouls him. Free kick taken quickly. Going to go all the way back to Dryden, though. It's a miscontrol. So, but he'll claim it back again. Then out here to Errington. Watson challenges well. Watson does really well to keep it in. Tries to cut in the inside block, but still with Watson. Watson lays the pass off here to Turner. Turner forced backwards, back to Baker. Baker's got some space in front of him. Baker's looking for a ball and he's going to put the ball in, but it's a poor one. I think should have hit that one earlier, and it's just the execution there lacking from Stocksbridge. 47 minutes gone in this game, and it is 1-1 between Stocksbridge and Ashington. Jack Watson's asking for where he should be positioned for this hockey coming out, and so he passes out to Ross, and here comes the press from Stocksbridge. Out here to Dryden, who's going to then send it long. Langton will look to head that way. It comes off the back of Neeshaw, but then Grayson knocks it long to Turner, who heads on Rawson, will touch it on. Watson's looking to be the first onto it. Watson takes a shot, he slices it, but it's just come off the post and across the line and somehow not in. It's done absolutely everything but go in. It's not the most well-hit shot from Jack Watson. It hits the post and it just bobbles over the line before going out of play on the opposite side of the post. Somehow Stocksbridge aren't ahead in this one. Goes through to Nisha on the left-hand side. Is fighting with Langton for it. Comes off Langton. Last throw into Ashington here. So no, that was so close. That's as close as it can get without going in. In a local fixture, Cardiff City have taken the lead against Sheffield Wednesday through Ugbo. And it's back into central defence here for Ashington. It's with Sampson. Oh, that pass backwards almost went out by throwing. The bench was appealing for it. It wasn't. And it's going to go all the way back to Dryden here. O'Connor's going to press, but Dryden gets it up before he can get close. Goes to Thompson, who clicks it on. Well, it's a great knock-on from Thompson, but A bit too far for Errington to get on with. You can see everything positive in Ashington is coming through Oliver Thompson at the moment. So, oh, it's out here for Tinker to throw. Noticing with some of the results, there's a lot of like Acker wreckers at the moment. Burton are beating Bolton now. Sampson trying to slip through. Spooner knocks it off and he gets it off to X on the left-hand side. Ashington pressing forward well. Good-looking ball in. Headed away by Langton, though. Not completely away. Fabu fights free, but it bounces loose to Hogg, who takes a touch. Gets it out to Baker, who slices the ball forward. There's still problems Stocks here, but Fabu's getting it away quite well here and spins away before it gets it to Turner. Turner will beat his man for cutting on the inside. Looks away through Watson. Can Watson get on the end of it? He does. He passes Dryden. Still got a lot to do and he can't do it. And it's the second time that an attacker's got past Dryden but not had the finish there. It's frustrating for the Steels because they feels like they've beaten Dryden a few occasions, but have just lacked that finish to put it in the back of the net. I wasn't at Grantham Town on Tuesday night due to some, exceptional circumstances, but it's starting to seem a bit like that game where we lost 2-1, where we had a lot of chances, but not able to make the most of them. And Ashton continue with the short passing game, and as they knock it long here, but Langton pass it, getting intercepts and pass it forward to Watson. Takes short tries left to Turner, but it's just beyond him. Back here with Errington, who takes the touch. Watson nibbles, but Errington gets it away anyway before Hogg intercepts, but it still gets through to Spooner now back to Exley, who pass it through now into midfield. Now to Thompson, forced backwards, but I think he's the man to watch if he gets space as he continues forward. Lays it off now to Sampson on the right wing. Good overlap looking for Hardy, but Grayson has it covered. Grayson's going to try and get it, but it's knocked off him by Hardy, but Hardy takes out of play. Goal kick to Stocksbridge. 50 minutes gone, and it's 1-1 here. So back now for Hampshire to take this goal kick. Well, it's just straight out of play from Hampshire. That gives the ball right back to Ashington. It'll be interesting. I won't expect any substitutes for a while, but it'll be interesting to see who does try and change the game first. As it's an interception from Watson, who's going to try and let Fabe through. Bounced off the back of his ankles, though. That allows Buddle to get in and clear it away. Grayson heads it back looking for O'Connor, but going to be headed back by Sampson, and then Sampson's been penalised for pushing the back, and it's going to be a free kick. Basically, I thought it was, I was going to say it's on the spot, but and then they try to take the quick free kick, Stocksbridge, the referee not having it. Langton now will send this one long, looking for the right-hand side, looking for Baker to try and keep it in. He does keep it in, but it's going to go into a half fishing out for a goal kick. So the idea of that set piece didn't really work out. Could see what they wanted to do, but Baker didn't get enough of his head onto that to keep it in. Manchester United have equalised in that shock result that was happening against Forest, though. It's 2-2. Casemiro has scored there. I'll try and keep in touch with other interesting scorelines because plenty of interest when I look at half time. As it's now back for Dryden for this goal kick. And Dryden will send this long. And Baker will intercept and head it away. He's going to bounce forward. Rawson's looking to head it on. He does, but no one there for it. Big boot away from Buddle. And Nisha will look to try and get onto it, but he's on the offside flag. And that's the anger of Geordies you can hear behind me because they didn't think Nisha was offside. I couldn't really see from when the ball was played. Back for Langton to take. Langton just clip it on the right side, looking for Iffy Afebu. Looks to beat his man here, and he's controlled it well. Facing up with Exley. Passes it back to Baker. Left-footed pass into Turner now. Still trying to get through. Baker now will put a cross in, and Watson's going to try and challenge at the far post, but Dryden collects that one fairly comfortably. It's into his arms. 53 minutes gone in this game now. It's 1-1. And Dryden is going to roll it out. Loff is going to then pass it back to Dryden. Rawson's under pressure. The pass is not great here, and it's charged down by Rawson, goes out for a goal kick in the end, but it's just the pressing here is working quite well for Stocksbridge, and Ashington have surprisingly not changed things up really. I would expect a bit more direct play, especially because the direct balls in good positions have worked well because of the pace of Neeshaw and Thompson. So I'm quite surprised at. We are going to Sunday League rules as Darren Lopp has taken the goal kick, passed it to Dryden, and then he's going to kick it away. And now the Stocksbridge fans are jeering Dryden every time he takes a kick, as it's now back with Baker for Stocksbridge, who's clipped it long, and Faber will look to chase, but it's going to be comfortable for Loft to put away. But O'Connor will head it forward, looking for turn. He's clipped over, nothing given there by the referee, and it's a ball being charged down by Stocksbridge and back with Dryden. And Turner's just still, well, just about getting to his feet now and laid out to the number 8. Sampson back to Dryden. Watson almost closed him down. He does get it out though. Oh, and at Faber's closed out his man. It's been blocked, and the second header has gone away from Ashington, but it's still in attack position as Baker collects it. Then back for Hogg, who's trying to lay it pass off. Watson will come deep to collect it. Sliding challenge gets it away from him though. Turner gets it. Turner trying to get it away from the pressure, but Ashington are able to get it away here. Baker will look to challenge here, but it is with Ashington, and they do get the pass through here to Ross, but then it's well in by O'Connor, then to Turner. Turner looking to lay through Rawson on the side, but it's too heavily hit thing. Rawson just about keeps in, and I think he may have just earned the corner. He has earned the corner. If only that pass was better, Rawson would have had a chance, but Rawson has done really well to keep in, and it's a corner kick to the Steels on the right-hand side. Turner will. So Turner will look to put this ball in, and the Steels send players through. Mitch Langton and Dan Grayson here coming up for the ball. Mitch Langton scored against Ashington last time. Here comes the ball. Look at the far end, but Dryden's claimed that one comfortably. No one putting pressure on him. Faber struggling on his own keep it. Long ball forward, looking for Neeshaw, but Tinker will head it away. It goes down to Hardy, who loses out to Grayson with that, then back to O'Connor, who's clipped it long. Watson will look to chase this one, but it goes out of play for an Ashington throwing. Back now for Errington, who throws it out. Then back to Errington, who's cutting inside ball, clipping the ball long. Neeshaw does a good touch backwards, and they beat Hogwell there. They're going to try and lay up Hardy. Hardy with great touches. He's going to go into the box here. Hardy gets over Hampshire. Is he just going to defeat the post? Ashington are ahead. Really disappointing because Stocksbridge have been much the better team in the second half, but one attack, they've flipped it through, and Ashington are ahead here now again. They are 2-1. Oh, and the Steels, they conceded the second goal against Rugby against Grantham, and now they've done it again, and that may be really concerning for the Steels that they are not able to take advantage when they are on topping games. Some other goals to tell you about. Kevin Pastos has scored his 6th of the season. They're 2-1 up on Dunstan Belper. 10-man Dunstan. Well, 10-man Belper against 10-man Dunstan. Max Pearson and stuff like that. Concert head against Sheffield. Will Shaw scoring there. Carlton Towner head against North Kirby. Tom Jackson scored an own goal. And Alfie Smith has equalised against Sheffield already. That's 1-1 there. Steels will need to get back onto it. They've been on top. That's the most frustrating thing about it. And now they'll get it out to Baker. His poor touch has been nipped in on. And then he gets it here to Langton, who clears it out. It's going to be kept in by Ashton, and back to Baker, who's getting poor control from him. Really, really poor here from Stocksbridge in that sort of play, from Baker in particular. And then through to Hardy, the goal scorer, and then back on the left-hand side, Faber challenging coming up front for Ashington here. 57 minutes gone, plenty of time for Stocksbridge to get an equaliser, but Ashington on the attack. Neeshaw cutting in, gets it to Spooner. Spooner's going to take the shot. High and wide from Spooner. So, yeah, it's just really frustrating because Stocksbridge seems to have the measure of what was going on. It was going Stocksbridge's way, but then one ball forward and Ashington are able to take the lead. Hopefully Stocksbridge will be able to get that goal that they've been so close to on a few occasions. Hampshire sent long here, looking for Wilson, who's having his shirt pulled by 2 players there. Nothing given as Grayson heads away, then head away by Hampshire. O'Connor tries to head it back, but then Hog had it a sick time before Tinker knocked it long, but intercepted. Ashington tried to get through, but they've knocked off Tinker for an Ashington throw. Ashington have improved after taking the lead. Back here for Errington to take the throw. Errington will take up about 5 steps forward before sending it long over the top of Tinker's head for Grierson, boots it away. Watson will look to fight for that, takes a touch off, but it's going to go be won by Ashington in the midfield. But free tackle, Connor will send it long, but it comes off the back of Watson's feet, and Watson slips before he gets it. Ross gets the ball now to Thompson. Thompson then gets tripped by Hogg, and it's a free kick to Ashington. Stocksbridge look a bit lost since the goal. And we'll wonder if Ian Richards might start trying to change things up a bit in the next few moments. Concert have retaken the lead against Sheffield. Zach Atkinson has scored there. So that's 2-1 to Concert, and Winterton have got one back into Heaven. Luke Anderson scoring. Doncaster Rovers have got one back against MK Dons well. Real Molyneux scoring there. Is it that second header as it went back into the box, but O'Connor's been able to clear that one. Back now for Spooner. Spooner tries to put the ball in, but it's not really aimed at anyone, and it's out for a goal kick. Stocksbridge continue needing to fight back. Hampshire will be disappointed that that one was slipped through just on the near post there. But he will now get a chance to get the ball long. Sending it long here, looking for Rawson, who's he's held by 2 players, again not being called. And Rawson will look to try and get the ball back here, and he is going to get away with it. And eventually a foul is given on him, but that was the one that was up before. And Ashington are carrying the ball away. Wondered if a booking might have gone out for that with the new rules that we have, but nothing is given, and Turner will have a chance to put the ball. It is from deep. And here comes Turner's ball forward, looking for far end. Ross is going to look to try and game it, but it's well claimed by Dryden. And Dryden will collect it. Taking his time, rolls it out. Stocksbridge needs to get back on the press because as much they've not done it since conceding, but it was what was causing Ashington a lot of problems. Ball clip long, look here for Spooner on the left, well, actually on the left hand side, and he can't keep it in. It's going to be a throw in here. So Baker will have this throw in. 61 minutes gone in this game, and Langton will now clear it as it's 2-1 to Ashington. As it's a bit of head tennis as Hogg next header, but it goes down into the middle for Ross to tap it on here to Buddle, who knocks it forward for Sampson to get down the right hand side. He's got some space down the right, cuts back, then back to Thompson, and then he's going to try and get it across sideways here, looking for Loft, but Fable almost wins the ball off him, and then Exley will get it off the left side before passing it back to Loft. Ball not long here, and it's going to be offside flag on Neeshaw there. It's going to be a free kick to the Steelers. Newton A. Clifford have taken the lead against Grimsby Borough. Cal Davis has scored there, while Winterton had a man sent off, Adam Barthram. As Hampshire here will send this one long. Looking here for Rawson. He heads it onto Watson, who looks to turn, touches it onto the right. No one's really there, but Fabu almost gets onto it. It is actually Loffa gets on it, and you charge it off Fabu to make it a throw in to Ashington. All gone a bit quiet at the ground since Ashington have taken the lead. So there's a throw in here for Exley to take. Throws it in here. Going back in a favour, almost wins the ball off him, but clipped long, and it's going to go out of play for a Stocksbridge throw in this time. Actually went some distance before going out, just hovered over the line. Baker will have the throw. I suspect we might see something from Ian soon, but even if the options on the bench are not great, as it goes back to Baker here, who's trying to get down the line, and he almost gets it through to O'Connor. It's touched out by the Exley. It's another throw into the Steels on this right-hand side. No long throw option for Stocksbridge today. John Lemon would normally offer that if he was on the pitch. As Baker will throw it to Fabu, take the touch back to Baker, cut inside, left foot ball in, but blocked there. Hogg will chase it down and then flicked on by O'Connor. A Fabu looking to control it there. Needs to beat his man now. He's got it to his feet. He's got the overlap. He's going to put the ball in. Look for Rawson. Needs it backwards here to Tinker. Takes a right footed shot. He doesn't get his foot round and it's wide of the goal. Jack Tinker still looking for his first goal in a Stocksbridge shirt. Coming on to almost being here for 2 years now. Man in Dryden will come and take it, and it looks like they are ready to do the short option again, and we'll see if Stocksbridge's press can get back on it here, because that was what was causing problems. But as I say that, Dryden's pushing the defence out, and now they're going long. And here they go long again. Grayson will look to win the header, but it's Hardy who's going out. And I think there's been a clash ahead between the two there. And Sam Ewins, our physio, runs straight on, and so does the Ashington physio. Could just see that from up here. There's a nasty little bang between the two. Dan Grayson making his debut today. Now Stocksbridge will look and have to try and fight back here. Obviously, it's always going to be a tough occasion for Stocksbridge with the amount of players missing. Not many teams would be able to work well with 5 players out. But they put up a good fight, and just some of this pressing for it. Just need to have a bit more look on some of this pressing and continue with it. But though Ashington team now have decided to go long, which is making it more frustrating for Stocksbridge to execute that plan. Looks like Mason Hardy is up on his feet again and will be ready to continue. Dan Grayson is now back up as well. He's going to get a drink, and then the referee, Jacob Graham, is urging the players back as well. So it's going to be a bounce ball here, which is the fair right decision. Grantham have won back against Brighouse. Anthony Dwyer scored there. Phil Watt has put Belper ahead. Well, 3-1 ahead. That's his second of the game. And Jack Gibbons has scored for Concert. They're 4-1 up on Sheffield now. Rocks takes the touch, and he's going to look to get it crossfield, looking for Exley. Takes a good, tries to take the touchdown. It's not great, and he is able to win the ball. Still keeps it halfway from Baker. Tries to get back to Spooner, who keeps it in. Pass it across to Ross, who again controls it just about. O'Connor pressing. He has to go back now to Exley, then back to Ross. Takes it right footed, pass into the midfield, then all the way back now to Loff, who pass it across now into Exley. Stockton Town taking lead against Ossett. Michael Fowler scored there. As the ball goes long here, looking for Thompson, who's controlled it well. He's going into the corner flag here, trying to beat his man. He has beat his man, but he's also not been able to beat the line. It's a goal kick here. The Stocky, get your heads up! 66 minutes gone in this game. Stocksbridge have 24 minutes to get back into this in some way. Stocksbridge were 2-1 behind Ashington in the FA Cup match here last season before getting it back to 2-2. 84th minute goal from Mitch Langton in that one. Ball goes long. Rawson knocks it down, but he goes back to Hogg. And it's going to be a free kick to Ashington there. And Andy Ring frustrated because Rawson was getting pulled and pushed around again, and the referee not penalising. Back for a free kick for Ashington. Stocksbridge not really been able to get into it since the goal there. Some more goals to tell you about. Danny Earl has equalised for North Ferry against Carlton. That's 1-1 there. Glenn Sarni has put Bridlington ahead against Liversedge. And Dunstan have got another back against Belper. It's Luke Carr. Back here for Buddle, who's taken a few steps forward before clipping it long. Looking here for Errington. It's a good ball. Errington's got it. It's just the Kutch trying to get it, and it's gone out for a throw-in thanks to Watson's tackle. And it's back now. Errington will go over to take this throw-in. Got a few options here, but it's taking his time doing it. He's not throwing it here to Neatshaw. Neatshaw going down the line, and in the end we'll pass it back to Errington. Puts a good ball in. Being touched down by Thompson, who's looking to turn. Being tackled by Hogg, though. Hogg's not able to get it away. Back Sampson, who takes shots. Deflected wide. It's corner kick, Ashington. If it weren't for that deflection, that was going into the bottom corner. Good hit from Benjamin Sampson. Collected by the ankle there, I think, of Grierson, and it's going to be a corner for the Colliers. I think a potential It looks like Lewis McCaskill is going to come on for the Steels shortly. We'll see if any of the youngsters come on as well, like Luca DeFalco or Oliver Novak. Here comes the ball, and it's a low ball to the near post, and Turner has to head that one away. It's going to bounce out and look like it's going to go for a corner at the other end now. So it's the second corner in a row, this time from the right wing. A bit of delay as we are getting the man who took the corner on the other side swap. Lewis Castle is definitely the man coming on next. He's undressed ready to go. Jack Watson is going to return into the box. Everyone in the 6-yard out for Ashington. Here he comes, and it's going to be a foul on Ashington in the box. The referee was waiting to give it, you could tell there, and it's going to be a free kick. And well, it's going to be a free kick. It's also going to be a substitution. So if Fabu is coming off, and Lewis McCaskill, the man coming on. McCaskill is looking to be the one who will be able to change this game for the Steels. What? We might see Oliver Novak and Jack Dolman later as well. And Luca DeFalco there. I wouldn't expect Andy Ring coming on, in all honesty. But maybe he will. Does it only seem to play against North East teams now? As Hampshire's ball has been sliced a bit. McCaskill's going to fight for it. He does head it onto Rawson, who heads on, but that's only going to go back here to Buddle. Buddle takes touch and he's going to send it long here. Grierson will head it away and then head on by O'Connor, but only back here to Sampson, who takes the touch on to Langton, who heads it away. McCaskill tries to get onto it, and it's a missed header from Errington, and McCaskill get down before he's shoved to the ground there. And it's a yellow card immediately coming out for Benjamin Sampson, who is going to get Italian off as well. And Sampson looks at, I don't know if he's annoyed with himself for it, or if he's annoyed with the decision, but it's going to be a free kick. Hogg is going to take this free kick now. Watson needs to get onside, I think, as the ball goes long here, looking for Rawson, who heads it into the box, but it's a slice ball away from Exley. It's going to bounce awkwardly before it goes towards the corner flag. It's a throw-in for the Steels near there. Baker's over to take it. He was the one following it, track it. Atmosphere is a bit muted at the moment, just like in Ashington supporter. Is it thrown here to Watson and back with Baker, who takes a touch to Turner. Turner trying to get down this right-hand side. He's tackled and he's going to outplay, and it's going to be a Stocksbridge throw-in who takes it quickly to Watson. Watson beats his man, gets a little stumble, didn't go over, drills it across, well stopped by Dryden. McCaskill was waiting at the far post. Corner kick Steels. Better from Stocksbridge. It was great from Watson there, who I do wonder, he did get the nibble. If he had gone down, would he have got the second penalty of the game? It would have been a technically correct decision, even if it was light. Because there was definitely a little go at his ankle. Turner here to take this corner. Taking it low, looking for Grierson, but headed away here by Ross. And Hardy's going to look to start the counter-attack here. It's a good touch from Hardy. In left side, he's looking for the run, and Nishaw not offside according to the linesman here. Tinker tracking Nishaw on the left side, trying to lay back, but pass is poor. And Hogg is back to intercept and boot that one away. And Ross will head it, but only back to Turner. Turner will then get shoved off the ball. No free kick given. And Ashton will spread it off here to Sampson. Sampson cuts inside, trying to look for the outside pass, but nothing there. Now he does find it here for Spooner, but it's a poor touch that lets him down. Puts another ball in, head away by Turner. And it's going to be back to Spooner on this right-hand side. And here comes another ball in, looking for the far post over the top of everyone. And Sampson's going to chase this down before it goes out. He does get it first. Jack Dolman's the man who's going to be the next man on for Stocksbridge. Well tackled there by Hogan. Watson's going to see if he can launch a counter. He sent one long for Rawson to chase. But I think it's supposed heavy, but there's a foul on Watson there. It's going to be a free kick, and I think going to be another yellow card. This time going to be Carl Ross, and it is. So 2 yellows now for Ashington in this game. I'm starting to appreciate that this year the referee seems to be a lot quicker at getting the yellow cards out, rather than waiting 10 hours to do it, having had a 2-hour lecture with the player. So Langton here with this free kick inside the Steel's half. Arsenal are now ahead against Fulham, by the way. Nketiah scoring. As the ball goes long here from Langton. And he linked on Rawson, touches it to Watson. Watson now back to Robertson. And he'll touch back to McCaskill, who's being crowded by a load of players. He stumbles and eventually booted out by Exley for a corner. Well, it's going to be a throw in, actually. Steele's just not taking the effort, not taking the chance when it's in front of them. Tinker throws it to McCaskill. Back with Tinker, trying to put the lofted ball in, but it's just going to low out for a goal kick here. 74 minutes gone. The time is ticking down for Stocksbridge. As Dryden takes his time getting back for this goal kick. And it is going to be a substitution here. So it is Bailey Baker coming off. And Jack Dolman. Dolman made his debut on Tuesday night against Grantham in a similar situation with Stocksbridge trying to get back into the game after being behind. They did score one after Dolman came on, Rawson scoring it. And now it's Dolman will look to do the same again and cause some problems. He has got a lot of pace and he does love putting a ball into the box. And that'll be what Ian's thinking as it's short past to Buddle, who is almost past McCaskill, does eventually send it long here. And then Langton will win the ball, gets it to Tinker, who's on the right back now. Gets it to Watson, who's getting harassed there. Gives it back now to Hogg, who's clipped it over the right side for Turner to try and chase me to overhit there, though. And Turner will try and cause a problem, and it's gone out for a goal kick before he can do that. Do wonder when the referee might try and start doing a bit of hurry up, because Dryden is, I suppose you can't blame him, but taking his time with every goal kick now. Will there be another substitution for Stocksbridge to try and get onto it? And I expect Luca Di Falco probably to be the next man on, if that is the case. Ball going long here from Dryden to the right-hand side. And it's headed on there by Errington, but only headed on out into the bushes in this stadium. Throw in here for the Steels. Ollie Martin has made it 4-1 to Hebburn against Winterton, while Danny Earle has put North Ferry into the lead now. Ball goes long, headed on there by, and it's going to be a free kick to the Steels for Nathan Buddle, base putting his hand on the hand of Lewis McCaskill, or the head of Lewis McCaskill. It almost looked like he was giving him a nuggie at one point. I feel like that might have a spoon special Geordie name a nuggie, but as Turner here will look to put this free kick in a dangerous position on the left wing. Here comes Turner's ball in, looking at it for a far post here, and Dryden will claim that one completely unchallenged. And that's frustrated some of the Stocksbridge fans here as that we push for the equaliser. 76 minutes gone. 2-1 to Ashington. Ball along here, but Hogg intercepts in, but gives it right back to Buddle, and it's in the midfield. Spooner will collect it, tries to get beyond Tinker, but it's knocked off him. Back to Langton. Langton will clip forward to Turner, chests it down, but he's chested it down really favourably for Exley, who's not one for Spooner to chase on the left-hand side. Spooner will collect it here. Pass it back to Thompson, who's been forced backwards here, and therefore getting on the left-hand side. Then back onto left back to Exley, then to Spooner. Lay it off to Ross now, who's looking for a pass forward. He doesn't have it, so he gives it left to Exley. And he's looking now, he's going to go beyond his man, beyond Hogg, and he's going to put a good-looking ball in, but Langton blocks it, and Tinker will stop that being a corner, but he only gives it back to Exley here. He's been forced backwards now, the left back. And then all the way back to Loff, and Loff will clip it forward. Langton will head it away back now to Sampson, who has had Turner get a foot in before he can get anywhere further. Dolman then heads away, and then McCaskill trying to get away, but he's been blocked up. Feels for handball, not given. I think the ball, it did hit his arm, but he had it close to his body, hence why it was not given. Thompson now on the right wing, he cuts inside, a bit of pace from him. Looks to lay it off to Neeshaw, pass back, and then well tackled by O'Connor, who then knocks it out to Turner, and Steele will look to build and try and get this one. Sheffield Wednesday have equalised against Cardiff City. Barry Bannon has scored there. And Grantham Town have got another back against Brighouse. Sam Muggleton scoring the latest. It's 4-2 there. And there's a stoppage in play here. as we wait for this throw-in to happen. Ashington will look to clear this as soon as possible. 78 minutes gone in this game. And we will get the okay to resume this match. Thrown here to Spooner, who just sends it long. And Grayson will try and follow the bounce before taking a touch. Gets the beat on his man before sending it back the other way. Long Turner will look to fight for it, but headed away forward here to Hogg, and then it's a free kick given and to Stocksbridge. I know Ashington may wish it's full time, but we got more tennis. And then a physio is going to come on. I believe there's cramp for the Ashington man. Though the Ashington physio not rushing on, I don't think. Yeah, Ashington physio is not the quickest to treatment here. It is just a bit of cramp for the player, so I presume we're going to get quite a bit out of time because we've had a lot of stoppages now for little nicks and knocks. As treatment continues here. And it continues and continues. Yeah. Looks like Ashington are preparing. It looks like Max Emerson is the man who's going to be heading on. He's going to head on now. So Exley is coming off. Exley has been a very impressive player today. He's coming off. And Emerson will come on. So Langton here will look to clip this one long. But gets onto the right-hand side for Watson now. He's got an overlap option with Tinker, but instead Watson's going to cut inside, tries to get through. Wilson is in the box, turns, takes a shot, but tries to save, spills it, and he collects it. Not powerful enough from Rawson there, but on the turn. Good play from Watson there, though. Tinker were thinking, why didn't you come for me? I was there. Dryden sending it long here. Dolman will head it up into the edge. O'Connor comes and heads it on to McCaskill, who tries to get it down, but he lost the ball to Thompson. McCaskill will fight for him. He's forced Thompson back, and McCaskill's looked great, and then McCaskill's given the foul away here. Looks like Luca DeFalco might be the next on for Stocksbridge. The last throw of the dice from Ian Richards. 81 minutes gone in this game. Here comes Errington's ball long, looking for Nishaw, but miss it a bit, and it goes out for a goal kick. Stocksbridge will get the ball back here. And Hampshire, we've had a very good game, Hampshire, I think. Done a good job deputising for Townsend. And as the ball is sent long, and headed backwards here, Turner collects it to feet, looks to turn, but he's been nipped in the back there by Emerson, and it's going to be a booking here as well. Actually, not Emerson, it's Spooner, so third booking for Ashington. As the clip in the back of the ankle penalised there, and Turner will have his free kick just inside the Steel's half in the centre circle. As every Stocksbridge player seems to be lined up, and so is every Ashington player. Turner sent it long, looking to get it down the right-hand side. Headed on. Can Watson get on the end of it? No, it's going to be collected by Dryden. Dryden has it in his feet and then picks up as Watson goes into potentially nip it off him. Dryden now will throw it out here. And then it's back to Dryden. The press on, but Dryden gets it out pretty simply. Dorman will look to head this one away. Does it's going to outplay for an Ashington throw-in, and here comes the substitute. Luca DeFalco is going to come on, and Curtis Turner coming off. That's another attacker on for the Steels. The local lad. Logan Parker, born and raised in Stocksbridge itself. Raised just a few streets over from Brackenmore Lane. Yet to score, though, in roughly about 13 or 14 appearances. I ain't got stats today. I haven't had time this week to do them. As Emerson collects it, passes it back to Ross, and then on to Errington on the right side. Looks to be his man, but his tackling goes out of play for an Ashington throw. 84 minutes gone in this game. 6 minutes plus whatever added time we get. Ross takes the touch after getting it from the throw-in. It's out to Emerson, who is looking to get the ball through the middle, but it's gone back to Langton, and Langton is going to quickly get it out to McCaskill on the right wing. McCaskill going down. He's got a few options in front of him, but he's going to run at Spooner before trying to head down the right wing. And there's a little nip on that ball, and Spooner is able to clear it away. Goes back to Tinker here. Tinker will take the touch. He's been challenged by Nishaw, but he gets through that challenge from Nishaw, keeps it in, puts it inside here, and then going through the back of McCaskill. It's a free kick near the corner of the box there. And it's another good opportunity for Stocksbridge from this set piece. So you just shout out. So here comes the free kick. O'Connor putting the ball in, looking in great. It goes over everyone's head though. It's a poor delivery. Grayson's looking to keep it in. He does, keeps it in, thinking forward Falco, but stopped by Errington and is out for a steal. Throwing great work from Grayson to work hard and keep that in. It was just a poor free kick in the end. Does have gotten great. They're back to 3-3. David Robinson scoring their latest. Dolman with the throw in. Looks like he might have a long throw in him. He does. It's a big long throw into the box. Headed away by Buddle though. Langton's going to try and head it back in, but headed back out again. Hogg's going to be onto the ball on the right-hand side. Takes the first touch pass to McCaskill. McCaskill looking to beat his man, but he passes it back now to O'Connor, and then offside flag goes up there. And yeah, so looks like we had some connection issues. We should be back now. But we are back. Dryden sends it long here before Grayson heads it away. Watson will collect it, but he's tackled, goes back into defence of Errington to boot away. And it's going to go back for Hampshire. 86 minutes gone. Ball spread to Dom, but it's caught short, and Hardy gets onto it, knocks it forward, but then back for Ross, and DeFalco going to do a tackle. It long here over the top of Dorman, who clips it away, and then it's going to be pushed off and out for a throw into Ashington.
No. Second ball. Second ball, Moxie. Great ball, too. Go on, Mox.
Don't know if our mic is back yet. I'm hoping it is. Annoyingly, I don't know. The thing letting me know if there is no longer a problem. It's very, very frustrating. And yes, there's still an issue. Here we go. We should be back now. Sorry about that. Spooner's on the ball on the right-hand side. Ashington are on the attack at the moment. Lays it off into middle to Thompson and back all the way into Emerson here, who takes a touch. Yep. And then back here to Ross and all the way back to Errington, who's going to pass it through into the middle. Then to Emerson, who's carrying it forward. Emerson carrying it forward. He's unchallenged. Pass through blocked by O'Connor, and O'Connor trying to break it out before Grayson, the one is. Then McCaskill will try to lay the pass through, but it's blocked. And Watson's going to get the block, though. Back to McCaskill. McCaskill's putting it over the top for Watson to chase, but it's too heavy. And Watson is going to... Oh, I think may have just knocked it off his man. He hasn't. It's a goal kick. So back now here for goal kick. So it looks like it's going to be 5 minutes added time, which I'm a bit surprised about. We've had 5 substitutions this half, and back drops off. But it'll be 5 minutes for the Steels to get back into it. Ball going long. Dolman will head it out there. It's going to be a throw into Ashington. 5 minutes to hold on. 5 minutes of Steels to get an equaliser. Ball going long here, headed away, but Ashton's still on the ball. But it's headed away again, and as it's just a bit of head tennis at the moment. Hogg gets a big long head away, but it's back into midfield for Ashington for the big boost out, and it's going to be Stocksbridge's throw-in. Need some late drama here, just like Stocksbridge were quite good at last season. As Tinker will have this throw. Going to throw it back to Hampshire here, who takes the quick pass out to Grayson. Stocksbridge needs to be as quick as possible on everything now. Now, as it's through now to McCaskill. Not a great pass, which is intercepted, but the interception is going to roll to Tinker, quickly looking to get it to Dolman. And he does get it to Dolman. Heavy touch first time. Puts a cross in, blocked by Hyde. It's a corner kick to Stocksbridge. God, that game against Belper and Dunstan's a cracker. Dunstan are 4-3 up on Belper now. Dale Pearson scored from the spot. O'Connor the one going to take corner. Curtis Turner having gone off the pitch. O'Connor becomes corner taker. Comes like the third or fourth takes corner taker, but only the people left out are Hogg and Tinker and obviously Hampshire. Here comes the corner looking for the far post, and it's just bouncing, going to go out for nothing. It's a poor corner from O'Connor. His set piece delivery has been poor. Substitution here for Ashington. The last one, Dylan Archer is going to be the one. See, he's coming off here. Looks like it's Spooner is coming off. So Dylan Archer, the final substitution. We have about 3 minutes left of this, but header goes out for an Ashington throw. It does look like Ashton aren't going to hold on here. As Errington, and it's taken quite a few yards up, and he's not, and then he's going to get stopped and told to go back. And now he will get told to take the throw again, and then takes the same amount of steps before throwing it down the line. Tinker will head that one away, and it's going to just about, well, it's actually going to go out for a Stocksbridge throw because bit daftly, Emerson went in for the header, but it was going to go out anyway. Tinker will throws it here to O'Connor, who passes it back now to Langton. Opens up a bit as he lays it through here to Grayson. He takes a touch. He's going to lay it through looking for Watson, but it's been touched off him, and Ashington have it back in their defence here. They've been forced back here, though, before Dylan Archer just boots it out, throw into the Steels. On the right-hand side, and then bounces at Ashington. Will get the ball after that, getting the bounce there, and then they boot it out. Going to be another throw into Stocksbridge. On the right-hand side here, thrown in, looks for McCaskill, but he loses the ball there. It's cleared out to Grayson. Takes the touch, and he's going to send one long again. McCaskill's offside and can't. Caskell's offside, can't do anything. Goes out for an Ashton throw, and it does look like this game's just going to peter out here, in a favourable manner to Ashington. About a minute and a half here. Ashton throws it down the line here, but it's going to bounce off knee shot and go off for a throw-in. Quickly taken. Watson will head it on, but then booted out by Buddle, and then Tinker's going to chase it down as it goes back into the Steel's arc. Tinker's fine. Tinker's got loads of space to move into. He's going to lay off for Dolman. Dolman lay it off to O'Connor, who ghosts his man. He just needs the ball in, but he's going to get shoved off the ball there by Errington, and Errington knocks O'Connor. It's going to be a throw into Ashton right next to the corner flag. As the game continues to just tick down. Big long throw out, about 20 yards away from where it actually ends up. Tinker heads it to O'Connor. O'Connor loses his control before boot out, and it's another throw into Stocksbridge. And Tinker will throw it down the line here, looking here, and it's just going to be covered out, and it's going to be a goal kick, and that is probably going to be it. As Dryden walks over to the ball. Just waiting for Dryden to take it. So he's going to take his time here. And here comes the goal kick. And no full time just yet. Dolman will head it away. DeFalco will be next time, it's head away from him. And then it's back here for Nico. Looks to turn. Think he gets a tackle in, then to Dolman. Back to O'Connor, who clips it forward. Head away by Buddle, and it's going to be out for a throw in. Tinker rushing quickly. Tinker throwing it down the line, looking for Rawson. Walker to touch on, and then it's knocked out, and it's going to go out. And that is going to be full time. Ashington gets 3 points. It was even Stocksbridge were in the ascendancy when Ashington had a counter attack down the line, and Mason Hardy scored to give them the lead. So it's 2, and they held on to it to the end. So Ashington get the win here today. It's 2-1 to them. We'll see you on, Monday for the bank holiday match against Sheffield FC, where hopefully we'll get back to winning ways.